Hello and welcome to GuySuCo Roundup. I'm your host, Curtis Ito. On this week's program, we celebrate another achievement of the Resilient and Sustainable Communities program in the upskilling of former employees of 2 of the 4 vested estates. The training was in plumbing and was organized for persons of the Demerara region. We'll bring you highlights of the August 31 graduation event at the Guyana Industrial Training Centre.
We want to extend warm welcome to all of you. And more important, for you, the members of the GuySuCo family, who have shown us through your fortitude that transitioning is possible. You have taught us how to deal with that change. As such, you have been a part of the program that GuySuCo and several other partners have put together to address whatever eventualities or fallout may have come from the restructuring of the company. And for that, we think you're pioneers worthy of recognition. And today's graduation ceremony, though simple, is our indication of that. We want to recognize that with the restructuring of GuySuCo, what has happened is that a company which considered itself the bedrock of our country had to take the lead role in ensuring that its employees, which would have represented a significant aspect of the Guyana society, would not find themselves in a situation that their contribution to national development will not be assured. And so, GuySuCo partnered with some key organizations within the country and ministries and other agencies. The GITC head, especially Mr. Cornett, they were more eager than we anticipated because we thought we had to sell a program. But their arrangement in education and educating in the technical field was well prepared for what the GuySuCo Sustainable Communities Program wanted. I'd like to invite Mr. Cornett, the principal of the GITC, to share with you some aspects of the program and some insights as he sees our collaboration going forward.
As GITC sees itself as providing training for all, there is no one that we turn away when it comes to providing training. And so collaboration was quickly formed between GITC and GuySuCo, and we put together a program that was suitable for the persons who were the target persons to be trained. The entire length of the program was 120 hours of training in both practical and theory. They had about 5 practical assessments and 1 theoretical assessment. Their instructor also was pleased with their performance, was pleased with their interest, was pleased with their commitment, was pleased with their determination to ensuring that they complete. We can say today that they have equipped themselves with skill and knowledge that would enable them to be very valuable to the construction industry. Not to say that this is the end of their training, but this is a foundation that they can build on to move forward, a foundation that they can build on to go to another level. To them I say, see this training that you have done as a stepping stone to another level. Don't see it as the end. the International Labour Organization have a statement that says training is not an end to itself, but it's a means of developing a person's occupational capacity, enabling them to develop abilities to the greatest good of themselves and to their community. And so I encourage you, as you have developed occupational capacity, that you let it benefit you and benefit your community and your country at large. Thank you.
It was an enjoyable experience. So once again, GITC, thank you very much. When we embarked on this journey where the Guyana Industrial Corporation is changing its role in the socio-economic landscape of our country, from 2015, 2016, thereabout, we needed more than just support by way of gesture or just to say we are with you. We needed real, tangible support, and in a lot of cases, it needed to be financial and substantial. When we reached out to the Ministry of Business, Small Business Bureau, we immediately recognized that we were both fulfilling the same goal and objectives. And since our first program, our first training, which was a program where we trained the persons in catering and sewing at Wales and East Demerara, the Small Business Bureau, led by its CEO, Dr. Lowell Porter, has not stopped partnering and collaborating in this program. Today, we want to ask Dr. Porter to share a few thoughts with you as to how we have journeyed so far.
We have, again, supported GuySuCo on this, where we decided that we will fund the training for 18, I believe, was it 18? Former staff. Because we believe that if you train people, you give them another opportunity, upskill them, you're not only adding to that person's ability, but you're adding to your economy also. That person now has a new skill that they can earn from and put back money into the economy. Whereas if they did not do anything, they sat down and just cry and cuss, then nothing would happen. All right? So we're so grateful that you came and you persevered through this 120 hours, and you're here today. It's a milestone, and you should be very grateful for this opportunity. You made it through. But it's important that you continue to look for ways of bettering yourselves. Look to ways of how you can contribute to the economy and to take care of your family, because if you do it for your family, you're doing it for the nation. I congratulate you, and I look forward to seeing you sometime. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Porter. As I said earlier, we have provided the forum for which ex-employees of GuySuCo can access various agencies. The Small Business Bureau, Ministry of Business, has been very much upfront in this regard, but we've also allowed for the interface with the Ministry of Public Health. In that regard, we would have trained all of our doctors and senior nurses in the mental health gap program. We've also made friends or partners with leaders, religious leaders, and other society leaders in the communities that indicated to us at the estates that we met with them that they were willing to provide an interface with employees requiring any such discourse or assistance in their area of speciality. The Ministry of Education has been one of those ministries that has supported us from its inception. And today we'd like to ask Mr. Patrick Chinedu, who is representing the ministry here, to make some brief remarks.
I want to congratulate you on 3 fronts. One is the decision you made to join this class. First of all, you must be congratulated for that. Secondly, for staying the course, because being a trainer myself, I know it's not easy to be in a class, especially when you have been out of training or schooling or out of books for a while. While Mr. Connect would have made it to appear a little bit easy, as though it was that easy to acquire that training or that skill. You know very well that training an adult or being an adult class is not the same as being a class for, the children. The certificate we're offering now are benchmarked internationally through what we call the Caribbean Vocational Qualification. A qualification that is recognized throughout the Caribbean, a qualification that is based on the Caribbean Association of National Training Authorities guidelines, that is quality assurance guidelines, which is the technical or TVET arm of CARICOM. So I'm encouraging you, if for some reason you want to move to another area of skill training, or you have a skill which you believe you wish to have some form of certification for it, the possibility and the options are there as well for you. May God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chinedu, for those very inspiring words. I know that they're well received. I think it gives me great pleasure to invite one of the graduating students to share some thoughts with us at this time.
It gives me great pleasure this afternoon to address the gathering. First, I must say congratulations to my fellow graduates for a work well done. I'm an agriculturist, and I'm a practicing agriculturist. Not only on paper, but I can take you to where I am and show you the product of my practice. So the transition from GuySuCo to where I'm at now comes as a blessing for me. And a lot of the guys that are sitting here are doing their own thing, apart from GuySuCo. So I want to thank GuySuCo for providing us with this opportunity to have a further skill. What plumbing has done for me is expose me to effectively using water in terms of irrigation. Because to do proper irrigation, you must have some sort of plumbing skill. Some sort of plumbing. And if you are doing large-scale agricultural work, you need to be skillful in management of water. Running pipes, setting up sprinkler system, and what have you. So, apart from being a plumber in a domestic form where we set up water faucet and bathtubs and so on, the area that I gravitate mostly towards is plumbing on an agricultural basis. And I have learned a lot. Right now I have set up, well, it's not perfect, but it's what the resources that was available. I set up my own water system to do things. But I'm glad because two names from the head table I learned quickly is Mr. Porter and Ms. Ned, because I know that one of them is from the Ministry of Agriculture and another one is from the Ministry of Finance. And, you know, and that is the area that I probably would tap into. But our instructor was very good. Yeah, we could give him a round of applause. Our instructor was very good, Mr. Scotland. I mean, within this short space of time, he was able to transform a class where I think some of us was the first time holding a piece of pipe into, as of now, I guess, could do something for ourselves when it comes to plumbing. And he sacrificed a lot of his time because after lecturing in the morning and have to come back at night, it could be tiring. But he did sacrifice, he made a sacrifice, and he came and he taught us well. And I must thank him for the effort that he put in. I want to thank GuySuCo for allowing us to have this opportunity. I want to thank GITC for having us, and I want to thank the Bureau of Business for providing the finances that they inputted so that we can be successful in what we did. And every other person who contributed to our existence here, I must say thanks. I must say thanks to you. And I trust that you will continue to do programs like these for other displaced workers. And I'm confident that Mr. Victorine will get that going because he's that type of person. The more you can be skilled and a rounded person, you will be able to survive in any given environment and situation. So, with these few words, I want to thank you. I want to say thank you for everything, and we're looking forward for further collaboration and support. God bless.
And we want to let you know that our collaboration and partnership with the various agencies is the forum and basis on which we have set up to ensure that that change is managed properly for all of our employees, those who are still with us and those who, because the restructuring is not only felt by those who have been made redundant, the restructuring is also, there reflections of that restructuring even within. And so our programs are also relevant to those who have remained. But we are now, through this class, more assured that what we are doing is the right thing. And we want to encourage those who are now a part of the coordinating committee of the Sustainable Communities program, that they can be energized and encouraged to continue to place emphasis on this program. Now, GuySuCo is a department within the Ministry of Agriculture. And over the years, we have had very good support from our ministry. Today I know that our minister is overseas. I also know that PS Ned did our utmost best to leave the ancient county to get here when she did. And that is what we do in agriculture. We take on challenges and we beat them. And we want to say thank you for our permanent secretary for making this event one of our priority activities for today. So without any further ado, I'd like to invite PS Delmaned to address us.
Having heard testimony, I would say, from one of the graduates here today, all I can say is wow, wow. And in October would be Agriculture Month. And Mr. Chesney, I think I may need to craft your story because we're hoping to have a magazine launched in October and we're looking for success stories. And I think this is a real plus for GuySuCo. I'm really, really happy to hear all that is happening and the collaboration that is taking place. So today, I want to commend both the graduates, GITC, by extension, Ministry of Education, and Small Business Bureau for a job well done, and we're on the road for many more things to happen. It's a defining moment that pushes you into your destiny and purpose. It's a defining moment, the fact that you're at a crossroads, and it defines who you are as a person. And many of us have our own defining moments. And I think today's your defining moment. And you have to know what your goals, what is your purpose. And the paradigm shift is where the mind goes, the body follows. So it's all about the mind. Once you shift, change gear, as we would say, you're driving, you change gear. Once you change gear, the body has to follow. But it starts with the mind. Ministry of Agriculture, GuySuCo, and other government and private sector agencies have been implementing a number of activities under the economic, environmental, and social resilience components of the Sustainable and Resilient Communities Program. This program is providing support and opportunities to persons who are affected from within GuySuCo, their families and residents in communities which are dependent on the operations of the estates. The Ministry of Agriculture celebrates with the graduates today those who have enrolled and now completing this course. Those who are graduating this afternoon are among the first batch of persons who would have indicated an interest in being trained in vocational skills such as plumbing and were drawn from Wales and Enmore Estates. Very shortly, similar courses will be conducted in masonry, carpentry, joinery, furniture making, garment construction, small business management, care for the elderly, child care, forest management, food processing, farming, among others. Another component of this program is to ensure that persons, families, and communities have the right support and coping skills during this period. Ministry of Agriculture, through GuySuCo and in partnership with the Ministry of Public Health, has ensured that doctors, medical and other personnel were trained from GuySuCo and the Ministry of Public Health to provide psychosocial support such as counseling for persons from Wales, Enmore, Rose Hall, and Skeldon estates. Therefore, persons who are experiencing challenges are encouraged to contact the GuySuCo or the Ministry of Health and their health centers in their respective areas. During the month of September, there will be other upcoming activities with funding, of course, from Small Business Bureau. And these training will be in small business management. This training will be available to all of those who would have received training and are involved in their own businesses or would like to start their own businesses. Interested former employees from the various estates are so invited to register by contacting any of GuySuCo's offices or application form on the GuySuCo website. Today, the Ministry of Agriculture is indeed proud of all of you. You have completed a very important step in your journey. I therefore charge you to use this new skill that you have acquired and transform same into marketable and productive skills. I take this opportunity also to recognize the contribution of the Ministry of Business, Small Business Bureau, in providing the funding for many of these courses, and the coordinating committee, as well as the Economic, Social and Environmental Resilience subcommittees, which consist of persons from various ministries and government agencies. Well done. And to the graduates, I say congratulations. I want to close by asking this question. Can we do it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. I thank you.
I think sometimes there are some things that you find a lot more, that you own a lot more than others. I mean, when you get certificates when you're an adult, those certificates tend to feel a lot more valuable. And I think today might not be any much different for those who are receiving these certificates.
Choose to be successful. No matter the day, no matter the time, make up in your mind to take over your life and choose to be successful.
Congratulations to all of the graduates of the plumbing course. Beginning in September, approximately 200 persons will be trained in small business management. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's program of GuySuCo Roundup. Thank you for staying tuned. I'm your host, Curtis Ital. Goodbye.